Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Dice Tower. My name is Zee Garcia.
I'm Chris Yee.
And I'm Joy Evans.
Today, we're going to be taking a look at our top 10 G games.
Ooh,
what up,
buddy.
G?
No, I did my list top 10 games.
G games?
You guys will play some good games?
It's G games.
Yes,
Whew.
G.
I'm so lucky.
G James. This is a list of games that begin with the letter G in their title.
End of discussion.
Done. We want to thank our sponsors, Grip Mat and Board Game Bliss.
Both have
Board
G's in the
Game
name.
Bliss.
Yep.
You can go get games there. Games that begin with G or otherwise.
You can get good games.
Then you can play those games on your grip mat. Grip mat. Sometimes they're grippy.
It's a
Sometimes they're not.
remix.
Let's never do that again, okay?
All right, fine. Oh,
Where we go?
Oh, can they still hear us?
they can still hear us.
Yes, our
Let's all
Patreons.
switch
We would
seats.
be in the
That'll be
dark
funny.
without these people. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah.
We'd be so in the dark without you.
Hello. This is fun.
I hope they could hear us.
I will have to re-render that video later, but yes, they could hear us the whole time.
Yes.
Uh,
Thanks for hitting the light switch again, Kenny. Kenny
Gosh,
walked in and he was
he's such a
dusting,
troll.
And he
You know what I
hit
mean?
the lights. It was awkward.
He's a troll like that. All right, everybody. So, yeah, that's basically it. We're going to go ahead and launch into it.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
all right. There's almost like no preamble to a lot of these, right? But what I will say
Musical term.
is I had to look back up on the E list whether El Grande was on there or not.
Oh.
No, did you?
I did. because
Okay,
it was.
okay. It can't
was
be on
that
there
one.
twice. Right. Can't
Right.
do it for the E and G.
Exactly right. That'd be bad. So Grande not on there, and La Granja because that's an L game.
Oh.
However, games that start with the word the in English, we cut off those articles.
Right.
So that one, those stayed on my list.
Yeah.
Right.
So both of those are on your list.
Neither El Grande nor La Granja are on my list.
Why are you bringing this up?
Because he has a the on his list.
Because I have a the
I'm
on
trying
my
to see
list.
if I have a the on my list or if I follow the rules.
What about
Or
if
if I
it's
follow
the
rules.
game? The word game, I think you dropped that word.
You do drop the G in game, and it goes on the A list.
All right, what do you got?
All right, so my number 10 is The Guild of Merchant Explorers. This is a game that has
Yeah.
many words in its title, none of which are super gripping.
I
But
know this title. I literally never remember what this game is called because it is so unbelievably forgettable. It's like a combination of words designed like the guys in Ocean 11 for you to see them, and as soon as they're out of your view, you forget them.
Yes.
It's a master class of like spycraft.
that's a wonderful analogy.
Yeah.
You did great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's too bad because this game is wonderful. This is a really good, it feels like a roll and write style game, right? You flip over a card,
Good.
everyone places some cubes on the board in that type of terrain. And, when I first played it, I was like, got it. This is like every other game where you flip over a card, everyone does, ooh, put 3 cubes in grass. Ooh, put 3 cubes in the water. Then you flip over this card that says everyone drafts a special power card. And then every time the special number 1 card is revealed, you activate that card again. And you're different from everybody else. You're like, ooh, this is interesting. And you get up to 3 special cards that will activate at these different times. It plays over 4 rounds. So some of the stuff that you do in round 1 is permanent, but most of it's not. Most of it kind of gets wiped off. And then round 2, you play this roll and write type feeling thing again, but from those saved points you have on the board. Have you played this one, Joey?
I have, yeah.
Yeah, and you've played it
I
as well,
really
Zee.
like it.
Yeah.
And I cannot believe no one's stolen that yet. As far as I've seen.
And renamed it, is what you're thinking, right?
Not the whole game.
And
Just that
called it-
one mechanism.
And called it like the ignition system or something.
Yeah, call it something, The I don't know, the activation gamble.
Yeah.
The activation gamble. Trademark. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's such a clever mechanism, and you're right. I don't know. I really like that part. I wish other games did that thing.
Yeah. That big hook there. So there you go. Guild of Merchant Explorers, number 10.
This is a good one. My number 10 is actually to go and let you put your pitchforks out. Let's get this out of the way. It might be too low, but this is One that I played a lot and then it kind of fell off. I don't know if I'll ever play it again, but it is Gloomhaven. Gloomhaven, I mean, again, not much to say. Everybody knows the game. It's great.
What's wrong with you? Number 10.
People are going to say it's too low. Here's the thing.
It is too low.
Okay, might be a crossover. But the world they have is great. I love the fact they have a fantasy world that doesn't feel generic. It feels very well thought out. I love the town. I love everything. The only thing is the battle mechanic for me kind of I didn't enjoy it as much.
So not everything.
Not everything. So anyway, but I enjoy the game. Again, when we played this as a group, if you have a steady group, this is great. This is like once a week to go through this. This is a fantastic campaign game, you know? Again, set up as a bear, but really it was not really a pioneer, but it just feels great in this genre.
Are you looking forward to Gloomhaven 2nd Edition, which is coming out soon?
I don't know. It has minis though, right?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, the minis is a whole separate add-on thing, I think.
Which is insane. That's just... I haven't played Frosthaven, so I'm a bit behind on that. But,
Okay.
A bit behind. I'm 90 hours behind in the Havenverse.
I never finished Gloom. Did you... You played Frosthaven, right?
No.
Never mind then. All right. So anyway, Gloomhaven, my number 10. It's great.
Okay.
But not great enough, apparently, for everyone else here.
My number 10 is Gloomhaven Buttons and Bugs. It's not.
Actually pretty good.
My number 10 is a game called Great Plains that I played with Chris Yee over there.
What?
You forgot it.
I forgot this one.
How dare you?
He had it under P.
All right. It's true.
Great Plains is a 2-player only. Ooh. Is that what that game looks like?
It's pretty.
No, that's right. It's
Yeah.
just, I forgot how.
Have you played it?
I forgot how ugly that looks from far away.
Go on.
No, it is a very, very good 2-player game, which very much feels like an abstract strategy game. And you can tell from this far away. I think once you're a little bit closer to it and you can see that these things represent mountains and caverns and whatnot, that feeling diminishes. But when you see it like that, it's like, oh, that's an abstract.
Yeah, I had no doubt.
You know, with
when
like
they showed
2
up.
different groups of animals, you are placing them out, you are going to be controlling areas. And then the neat twist on top of that is if you go next to some places, you'll earn a special ability that you can cash in to do funny, weird stuff you cannot normally do. Like go over the mountains and land on the other side. Go farther out. There's a little horse that you can place farther out than you normally would. You are basically doing some area control. You're controlling these places. I like it. It's punchy. It's very quick for the return you're going to be getting for it. It's like a thinky 20-minute game. And when you're done playing, you're like, ooh, that was more taxing on the brain than the teach or the time playing would have led you to believe.
That's I like
100% agree with that.
So I really like that kind of thing. So yeah,
what a good pick.
For me, number 10, Great Plains.
Number 9 for me is a Phil Walker Harding game, a designer whom I love a lot of his stuff. And this is one of his more overlooked games, I feel like. This is called Gingerbread House.
Gingerbread.
Really?
Yeah, have you played this one, Joey?
No, but I have seen this cover so many times and thinking, I want to try that.
So at first I saw it, I was like, ooh, cool, like a Christmas theme, a great game to play around Christmas time. No, your witch is trying to eat children. It's pretty awesome. You're trying to eat children and like fantasy characters. It's like, Rumpelstiltskin around, like, get in my pot. But anyway, it's a funny little theming to it. The idea is that you have these little blocks and you're building your 3x3 grid and you're trying to overlay these tiles in a way to keep building up higher. When you cover up different shapes and symbols, you collect those resources, little cookies and stuff to attract the little woodland critters into your belly. It's a delightfully macabre theme. Great for like Halloween and autumn season. So yeah, and a neat little overlooked game. I like this one a lot.
I agree. This one does not get a lot of love. I don't know if it is regarded as not being very good, but I agree. This is a good game. Yeah.
There you go. It's my number 9.
Second lookout game. I do not have a lookout game. This is one that I pretty much guarantee this will not be a crossover with either of you. This is a guilty pleasure of mine. I have played this.
Guilty pleasure, it's called?
It is not. It starts with a G. I played
That's
this
why I
far
made that
too
joke.
I know. Oh, I know. This is Ghost Blitz. Have you guys played this
Isn't
game?
Ghost Blitz the children's, very small children's game?
It is a party
for
game.
infants, yes.
It
Yeah.
is
This
not.
is for little kids, right?
It is
5-year-olds.
not for little kids.
I think that you can't actually choke on the pieces in this game. That's how childlike it is. No,
This game, this game. Pretty much the whole thing is you have all these.
Oh, I could choke on
pieces
those pieces easy.
in front of you.
Okay, all
you
right,
would definitely
so-
choke on them. You have all these pieces in front of you.
What is happening right now? Okay, so you have pieces, kid-like pieces.
You flip a card,
Yes.
and then you grab the piece that is exactly represented on the card. Or if it's not, you have to grab a piece that is neither on the card nor is its color on the card.
So in that picture there is a red bottle. There is no red bottle, so you're supposed to grab everything that is not red and not the bottle?
Yes, right there, that would be the gray mouse, right? So right here, you'd grab the red chair.
Gotta grab
the direct
gray poop.
comparison first, right?
Grab that gray poop.
And I like this because it's, again, a light game. Yeah, it does not look like it goes there. But the whole thing is it's a light game, but it's really fun when people grab the wrong piece. It's so... I enjoy this, especially... I'm the only one that does, apparently.
No, Tom-
I love Ghost Blitz.
Tom likes this one. I have my little reachy grabby games, I call them, that I like more than
You know
I
what?
should. Right?
No.
Fun Farm is my one, but I couldn't put it on this list for some reason.
It looks far better than your Fox and the Hound game or whatever that was you played earlier.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know. Great Plains.
Great place.
I thought you meant I had a reachy grabby game that I played.
First of all, they don't call it that.
That is what it's
Yeah.
called. Okay.
That's the genre.
Moving on
Jeff
from
Engelstein
that.
said so.
No, if we call it the ratchet mechanism, then we definitely call these games reachy grabby games.
We don't. We don't. You know
Okay.
what? I'm changing
Top
my
next,
9.
by the way, next week's top 10 list, top 10 reachy grabby games.
Yeah. Top 10 games Z is ruined for me. That's what it's going to be. Games I can never play again.
So far, it's every game on this list.
Yes, it is. It's like, okay.
All right,
ahead,
Joey.
reachy grabby.
That's the pick. My number 9 is going to be a cooperative card game with a very somber theme, actually. This is The Grizzled. And The Grizzled is set in World War I. In it, you are trying to get through the war and reach a peace card on the bottom of a deck of cards there. The game is very abstracted, to be fair. You are collecting these symbols and hoping that you do not double up on the same symbol. And you're doing some pushing your luck and some sort of collective card playing in order to do that. The main pressure point is you're trying to run out that deck of cards, like I said, that has the peace card at the bottom before you get through another secondary deck beside it that you'll be sort of draining away some cards from that. Nice tension, very, sort of a nail-biting kind of game. It's very well balanced. Has had some, multiple additions, but also some really great expansions that have enhanced the game, in my opinion. But even just out of the core box, this is a tiny little box, by the way, you're going to have a good time with this one if you enjoy, again, that sort of, ooh, do we get away with playing one more card? Or is this the one that we might bust on by pushing our luck collectively? I enjoy it. It's not one that comes out all the time, but if I want to play something that's easily taught and has that sort of everybody's holding their breath
Dark
feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little dark, a little
is,
moody,
yeah.
a little somber, like I said, but also sort of everybody, crossing your fingers and holding your breath a little bit. This is a good one for that. So yeah, The Grizzled, my number 9.
My number 8, I'm curious if it'll be only on my list or on somebody else's. This is one I've liked for a long time. It's a game that feels simple and yet has a lot of cool little steps to it. This is called Gold West. I have played the original. I haven't tried the reprint from
Trick or Treat.
From Trick or Treat, no. But I find this one, at least the cover, very gorgeous. And then I think the board itself kind of looks pretty similar to the first edition.
Yeah,
right?
this is the second one, I believe, and it has that sort of map fold-out map thing going on. But yes, they're very similar. First and second are very similar.
I like it more when the board folds out like a map as opposed to the rule book folding like a map.
Yes. And to be fair, it only looks like that. This is actually a puzzle piece board.
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah, the original was 2, I think.
Yeah.
It's a little funky. But anyway, great game where you as a group, you're kind of unveiling more and more of the map. It gives you a nice little exploration kind of feel. You're doing something great, but it's going to reveal boop, 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 the things around it, and the other players might go, ooh, thank you. And then as you gather your resources, you're putting them into your little sluice box. And it's a little Mancala game that you play as you're like sifting for gold and resources out of the water. It's a nice little, very mechanical, but slightly thematic little way to kind of approach that. One of the best like excuses to use a Mancala mechanism in a game like this.
Yeah.
Really cool one. Really not too difficult to teach, not too difficult to play. It's kind of a breezier game while still being thinky. So I love that about it.
Yeah. Good stuff. I like it a lot.
I have not tried this one.
That's fun. Gold West, my number 8.
All right, my number 8 was actually taught to me by Zee Garcia.
Oh, then I love it.
He
Great
probably
pick.
doesn't like this at all. This is one I've always liked circus, carnival style games, but none have actually hit. I tried Barker's Row, Fun Fair. This one is Grand Carnival. Grand Carnival is a very Cuphead style game where it feels polyomino. You're making, Cuphead style artwork on it. You're making your carnival, and you're also, when you put out your polyominoes, you're essentially making a map that serves 2 purposes, where you can kind of have attractions and your guests to walk through. It gives me the feel of creating that carnival.
Yes.
So I think, and it's fairly simple, but I really enjoyed this game more than I thought it would. It wasn't what I thought it was going in, but again, the artwork I think is just great. I love that style, and it really fits this theme.
Yeah, talking about another game that's kind of flown under the radar. I think this kind of flew under the radar.
Right, which I didn't play until more. I think this year is the first time I had played it. I don't know how old the game is, but it's not new.
Yeah.
This is a really good pick. Really nice under the radar pick. Also, to shout out to the illustrator for this one, Ryan Goldsberry, who tends to only do like the Fowers games,
That's
like
right.
Fugitive and
stuff.
You like those games?
I do.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
But this is like it's a change up from his style, but I love the way this one looks.
Yeah, I agree. I love this one. My number 8, Grand Carnival.
Oh, that's good. All right, my number 8 is actually a kid's game on my list
Ghost
here.
Blitz.
But it is, so you are admitting it's a kid's game. Good.
No.
Checkmate. This one is Ghost Fightin' Treasure Hunters, actually.
Yeah.
How did I forget
Ghost
that
Fightin'
one?
Treasure Hunters is kind of like Pandemic Junior a little bit. That's sort of how it feels. You are representing these 4 kids. You have your own kiddo who's running in the house by rolling and moving and gathering up these gems that you're grabbing and putting in your backpack, and you're kind of robbing somebody's house, I'm pretty sure. And in your
dead, it's
mind,
fine.
because you're a child, you see them as ghosts. But it's real people who live there. And you're stealing their belongings.
Is this a lecture? Or
I don't want to
review?
ruin it for anybody who hasn't played it.
So this is Lobotomy 3.
This is kind of Lobotomy 3, yeah. In your mind,
This is dark.
you're a child.
He went to Switch and play something light, like the Grizzled, after playing this.
Yeah. This happens in the Grizzled's minds. Anyway, you're running in there, and there's ghosts. If they group up too much, you're going to be in a world of hurt, but you're trying just to take all the gems out. So fun, roll and move. Great first co-op kind of game that I would say is right in the same bucket as something like Forbidden Island. If you want even something that's even more comfortable than Forbidden Island, which I do think has some neat innovations with the tiles flipping and if you're worried that the person you're teaching a co-op game to might utter the phrase, but where are the dice to move? Then this is your pick, not Forbidden Island.
Yeah. That's great.
And I've definitely, I know those people, and that's fine, but you should try this game out on them then. I think it's going to be vibrant and fun. It's a great time. For me, Ghost Fightin' Treasure Hunters, either the original printing, the anniversary edition, which is actually what this cover is, whichever one you get, you're going to have a good time with it. That's my number 8.
I agree.
Number 7 is a game that's hard to find at this point. It's been out of print. The first edition was from Tasty Minstrel Games, went out of print. Spielworks and Capstone released a second edition of it that I think is gorgeous. This game is called Ground Floor. Yes, good. Yeah, Andrew put... I love this very like street art style to this. The idea is that you are running a business. You're business moguls in the city, and it has this worker placement. Boy, that's the first edition. Which doesn't... Yeah, I don't know if... It probably is because we don't have a review of the second edition.
We probably
on the channel.
don't have footage of the second, yeah.
Yeah, but it's a shame because it has that same art style from the cover, different colored buildings. I like how stark it is, but the idea is it's so hard to read. Good heavens, it looks like Tom is just putting discs on buildings for no reason. But those are all different worker placement spots. All those buildings have different functions. It's kind of like... They're kind of like worker placement mini games, actually, now that I think about it. Like one of the buildings, you place workers there, and they'll stay there, and you're hoping that next round someone is going to go to that spot and bump you out of it. Oh. But that's the only building that has bump out built into it. So it's kind of this investment-themed building.
I played this game, but it's been so long that I do not recall that. I remember liking it, though.
It's a good, crunchy business economic kind of Euro game. But like I said, if you like the fact that each building behaves just a little differently, it's one of those worker placement games that feels different from a lot of others, and you win the game by just literally building the most floors onto your building. Yeah. You just want the tallest office building. And I like that very discreet, like, whoop, you win. You got 12 floors. I only got 9. Good job.
Yeah.
There you go. Ground Floor, number 7.
Should try it, Joey.
I definitely should try it. I have not played that one. This one, I looked at my notes and I'm like, it said Cuphead style artwork. I'm like, that's not it at all. There's another one I'm new to. This is a bigger game. This is a deck building game. And it is from an IP in the 80s I was not allowed to watch. I watched Thundercats.
Gilmore Girls.
I did, yeah. Gilmore Girls, the deck building game. It's close. It's G.I. Joe. So
you weren't allowed to watch this growing up?
I don't know why. Looking back, I was allowed to watch Thundercats because anthropomorphic animals that can kill each other, but people can't.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
So, this is there are so many parts of this. I had to have my arm twisted to play this game because I thought, okay, another cash grab. But there's so many parts of this I enjoy. From the vehicles, you put on, you go do missions, and also I love deck building games that you buy the card and it goes on top of your deck.
Oh, really? It does that?
Yes, and I like that.
Does it feel at all like the DC deck building game?
Little bit, yeah.
Okay.
This is more mission centric. Every time there's a guy at East or all the conventions, it always has a new expansion. It's like, let's play this, and now I'm excited about it.
The co-op or
it's co-op.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So it's also one of those things that I think I'm too far behind at this point to get my own copy.
I don't think so, buddy. How many expansions could this possibly have?
I imagine a lot.
Really?
I don't know.
Is it Renegade?
Yes.
Probably a lot.
Yeah. Really? That's why I'm afraid.
So, yeah.
Anyway, this surprised me.
You heard of Carcassonne?
This surprised me how much I do enjoy it. It's a fun deck building game that you just, you buy your skills, you also buy your vehicles. If your vehicle has a 4-seat Jeep, you can put 4 people in it, go do a mission. It's interesting. I like it. So G.I. Joe.
Cool. I have not played that. I wonder if I would like that.
You would like it.
All right, my number 7 is a small Euro game, also for 2, kind of in the same bucket as Great Plains.
I'm really worried that I missed another game now.
I don't know if you've played this.
He doesn't do Euros.
No, he does, of course, but I don't know. This one really flew under the radar. It's a little game called Glasgow.
It's a nice one.
You played it, okay.
But it's nice.
Yeah, it's another lookout game.
Wow.
Again, only for 2 players. In it, it has that thing I really like, which is you have characters in a ring and you can move, as I'm showing there, I think as far as you want to, if I'm not mistaken, and you take a worker. You take that worker's action wherever you land, but it's one-way street. That's the idea.
Right.
And so the person behind you then is going to go ahead and collect resources like brick or steel. They are going to build buildings. If you stop at one of the places, that's the little square buildings above it. And then you are deploying all of that stuff to a communal city building area in which your buildings face you and your opponent's buildings across from you are turned upside down to you and face them. And you are deploying things out there. Sometimes you want buildings in the corner. Sometimes you want buildings next to other stuff specifically. Neat, clean, very, very simple. A fun, like mechanically straightforward, but a fun little push and pull game. I enjoy it a lot, and I think it's partly because it's so disarming. The look of it, I look at that cover and I go, I don't think so.
We heard a little bit of a oof
Yeah,
off camera.
yeah,
when the cover
absolutely. And
came
I get it. Look, I get it. It's not a looker, but gameplay, I really enjoy. And
It's funny because you tend to not love like that city building game thing of like put this building but not next to these kind of things.
Yeah.
But this one still does it for you.
This one works for me, and I think it's because that feels like mechanism number 2 behind how far ahead do you want to go. Like that, one-way street mechanism.
Yeah.
I love me some one-way street mechanisms. Yeah, I really like that. And that feels like it's the main interaction point. The city building part is a close second. I really like it. If you've never tried this and you're a fan of 2-player games, you want something a little bit different, I would recommend it. Plus, you can probably get it for pennies on the dollar. This did not do well.
Yeah.
So, my number 7, Glasgow.
All right, my number 6 has the opposite effect, where the cover of this
It's a banger.
the cover of this looks intriguing, and then you see the actual components, and everyone goes, ugh. Now this depends on which edition of the cover and the stuff that Andrew pulled. So let's see number 6, Glory to Rome, baby. Look at that cover.
Oh, good luck finding that.
Yeah, it's unfortunately like one of the most rare, like one of the most well talked about, hard to find games.
Yeah.
But when you look at the cards, oh boy.
Which one? Oh, okay, same edition. Okay.
Yeah, same edition.
Wow.
It is stark.
It made it past the prototype phase, I assume. Right? Did this get
This is
published?
the nice edition, mind you.
There isn't.
Really?
Yeah. I think this is the pretty edition.
Is this a
The
splatter?
pretty, like, American printing, like, anyway.
Yeah, the original printing of this, I forget what was the company that did it, Cambridge.
Yeah,
Xerox?
Cambridge Games Factory or whatever.
Oh my gosh.
It's, like, really cartoony. It was, like, clip art, cartoony artwork.
Really?
Yeah, and the game is a very heavy card game, but yes, it was a very, very big mismatch.
It was like this looks stark, but it's fine because everything about it is super usable and readable. Is that a red card? Yes.
That is true. There's something to be said about that.
Yeah?
Yeah. The Cambridge printing, if you want a good laugh, go look up that one. I mean, it looks like they discovered 90s MS Paint, like make a gradient background of every color, put this clip art right onto it. It's embarrassing looking.
Yeah.
Wow.
And yet, the game became a critical darling even with that look before this.
Yeah. So, a very multi-use card game. The most multi-usey of all the multi-usey card games out there. Everything in your hand can be one of 5 things. It can determine the action that you take and everyone else can follow. It can become resources. It can become the building blocks for buildings. It can be the building itself that gets constructed that gives you all these powers. It's a cool game. It's in the Dice Tower library. So if you want to
There
come.
you go.
Yeah, it's like it's so hard to track down for less than multiple hundreds of dollars. For cheaper, you can buy a ticket to Dice Tower East at the door.
What?
100%.
Like that Segway you're riding.
Yeah, if you want to
Absolutely.
play this, that is actually probably your cheapest way to do it.
Which is pretty funny.
Yeah, yeah, and there's several other thousands of games you can play too.
Yeah, look better.
Yeah, this is a good one. It's a good one.
You come, check this one out, play it, turn it back in, drive home.
Goodbye.
Worth it.
Take a picture with it too while you're
Return
at it.
only the box. All right. This one, my number 6, probably one of my most played games on the list because it is a party game. And this is Green Team Wins. Let's jump right to it. Green Team Wins is just fantastic. This one we actually have
Kind of matches that background.
Wow, it really does. We actually have like 2 or 3 copies of this. Just you can combine them, play a big group, people sit on the couch, whatever. This is just fun. Not only is it an icebreaker as a conversation starter, this is one that anytime they come up with, they had a Christmas expansion, I think the Dice Tower, we have some promos for this. We just want more cards for this. That's it. You know, just give me more of these questions. And the questions, I mean, really, the whole game, if you haven't played it, it's just asking questions like, what flavor is green to you? You know, and everyone writes down what they think it is, whether it's lime or whatever. And it's interesting to think what you have in your mind could be completely different than half the room.
It's a good one. It's a good party game for people who are scared to be creative in public.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to make an idiot of myself or do the whole, like, I'm not a party game fan.
Right.
You might like this because it doesn't make it do that thing.
It doesn't. Yeah, it's not like a wits and wagers style thing. And I also, you play the room rather than what you think. You know, by later in the game.
Depends. That might be just you.
It might be just me because I'm realizing that no one in this room is sane. So I'm going to say green is green apple when we all know it's not.
It's lime. It's clily lime.
It's lime, 100%
But
I agree.
if I'm sitting at the table with heathens, I might go, oh, well, I want the points.
Right.
So I'm going to write
Green,
apple.
orange.
Green orange.
Yeah. So anyway, green team wins. It's a fantastic game.
Nice. Alrighty, my number, where are we at? 6. My number 6 is a reprint of another game that would not have been able to be on this list because it was called Let's Make a Bus Route, which is not a G game. But Get On Board is a G game. And Get On Board is, like I said, a reprint of that in which you are going to be, much like you would in a flip and write, which actually the original printing of this actually is a flip and write. This one, you have little wooden sticks, so it technically isn't that kind of game anymore. You are going to be constructing routes on this map. And you are trying to connect various things on the board to earn victory points. You're also generally trying to avoid creating traffic, having your line go down the same avenue as somebody else's bus line because you earn bad points for that. You're creating a traffic jam. Very short, like 12 quick little rounds, but immediately you feel, you know, tight and like you're running out of room and, ooh, no, which way am I going to go? And, oh, I both don't have where to go, but I got to get to that corner, and somehow all of these things have to happen with just 7 rounds left, and oh my goodness, hold on, oh, it's just 5 rounds. It's amazing. It's so fun. It's such a good, again, return on a simple investment. I really enjoy playing this game. My one negative about this game, and I'm going to die on this hill, Get On Board, New York and London is what this game is called, and you would think you get to play on 2 maps, New York or London. You do not. Those 2 things are based on player count.
Really?
They are not New York and London for 2 to 5 players. It is New York, I'm making this up, New York for 2 or 3, and London for 4, 5, 6, whatever. Like, no, that's not, no. Just call it Get On Board then.
The sequel did the same thing.
They did. It was Paris and something else. Yeah.
Roman Paris.
Like, guys, that's like dipping a toe into misdirection and false advertising. So,
Let's Make a Bus Route was very direct about what it was. You're making a bus route.
Yeah. No pretense at all. Anyway, Get On Board. Really, really fun. Love the artwork too. Speaking of, you were talking about
Grand Carnival.
the Grand Carnival kind of look.
50s charm.
This has that, catch me if you can kind of look, right?
Yes. Oh, isn't that like the opening sequence?
The opening sequence has that. Yeah, has that look. I love that look very much. So yeah, for me, number 6, Get On Board.
All right, get ready to say oof about this cover again.
Here
My
we
number
go.
5 is
Here we go.
Grand Austria Hotel, baby. This is not the worst. Actually, when you look at like Beefcake Waiter Man at the front, he looks fine.
Look at that chin. Look at that chin, though.
That's
But then, which chin?
Wow.
But then, like the goofy guys
So
in the
rude.
back, this is one of those covers when you look at it fully blown up. You know, if you look at it closely, you go, those guys in the back look a little rough. But this is such a cool dice drafting game. This is one of my favorite I think it's one of my favorite mechanisms. Whenever dice drafting pops up in a
I
game,
agree. I like that.
I'm always like, oh yes, what's going
Not
to
a
be
lot
there?
of places either.
No, not really, right? And even games that I don't love that have a dice draft, I tend to love that part of the game.
Yeah, yeah.
And so, yeah, that's pretty much what this one is. And what's great about this is that, yeah, dry Euro game, but something about that theme of running a hotel. Oh, I draft all the threes. Why? Because I want to get this type of resource. Why? Because all of a sudden the game becomes explainable. You have to feed these guests, and then, if they eat at your cafe, they'll stay in the hotel room. The guests are red, green, or blue. They'll stay, you have to prepare red, green, or blue rooms. And people are like, I can do that. Like, something about the fact that this is a heavier Euro game. It's involved, has a lot of special abilities and stuff going on, all kind of in the service of people want to go into the room and sleep.
Yeah.
And they should.
Yeah, and people just kind of catch on to that, I think, easier than some other theme.
Yeah, I think it's like relatable, right? I mean, because if
Yeah.
I'm helping the Medici family start an empire, I'm like, look, I don't know the Medici family, and I've never started anything but a fire. You know what I mean? So I think you're right. Staying in a hotel room and making sure that, people stay there and you can charge them, that makes sense. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
There you go. Yeah, I love this one. Grand Austria Hotel, my number 5.
Yeah, it's a good-looking guy.
Yeah,
on the
top
cover.
that. What is he? What are you guys laughing at?
What's
Somebody said,
First comment.
"Is that Joey on the cover?"
It does kind of look like you.
It doesn't look like me at all.
It kind of looks. Can we get a tray and a bottle of champagne, please?
Wow. Okay. Anyway.
Kind of looks like you, buddy.
All right. All right. My number.
No offense.
None taken. Oh, my number 5 is actually, I think my only. You guys are just throwing 2-player games out everywhere.
Throwing what out?
2-player.
Oh, I heard tubular.
This is a 2-player
this game? These lists are just bodacious, baby.
This is a 2-player game. This is actually a coin game. Counterinsurgency.
Oh yeah, this is one of the
Wow.
newest ones.
Yeah, and this is one that actually I like more and more the more I play it. This
Pronounce
is, Yeah, okay, this is going to be
What
rough.
game is this?
It is Guest of Robin
Nope.
Hood. Jest?
Jest.
Is it Jest?
It is
Did
a
you look it
jest
up?
of Robin Hood.
No, I'm a guest. He feeds me. I
Well,
sit on
you
his
guessed,
couch.
all right. You guessed wrong.
This is, okay, apparently a jest of Robin Hood, which is funny by GMT games. But the
That's
whole thing,
GMT.
the whole thing is this: it's a tug of war where you're trying to go either order or, I forgot the other one is. So you're going sheriff or you're going to Robin Hood, and you're moving around. You're trying to turn parishes to your side, one way or the other, and the whole thing is you have all those discs, and one of those discs is Robin Hood. The rest are merry men, and you want to get lost in the crowd when you come up against other merry men or whatever. And also,
Robin Hood is single in this scenario, right?
what did I say? What did I say?
I'm just kidding. It sounded like you said they were married men.
Mary.
Forget it. I'm just taking the easy joke.
Robin Hood slips on a wedding ring. They'll never see me now.
It's like the Superman taking off the glasses, same putting on a ring. Where'd he go?
A platypus? Robin Hood the platypus.
I'm surprised you like this game this much, man.
I really do, and I play. My wife and I play this a lot, so I think it's
Wow.
the whole thing is when you're at a parish, it's pretty neat to the parish to get flip over. You just kind of rip off your hood, and you're like, "I'm Robin Hood," and they're like, "Well, we love you now," and they flip back over this way. Then the sheriff knows where you are, so then you have to run off and then kind of get in. It's kind of really neat push and pull. Again, I don't play any other coin games, so I can't compare it to those, but this game is really enjoyable, and it's just I also like the visual tug-of-war track where you can see the progression of the game.
This
You
is
just pull-
easier, I'm guessing, also than
Most other
the
GMT
zombie.
games.
That zombie one we played.
Oh, that was...
What is
yeah.
it? One Tree Hill. No,
What?
what's it called?
No.
Beverly Hills 90210. Wait, what are we
The,
saying?
the island of...
Dr. Moreau?
No, you know what I'm talking about.
Plum
Plum Island Horror. Yeah.
Yes. So much easier than Plum
Okay,
Island
okay.
Horror. Yeah,
that game
this
is tough to figure out.
No,
One
this
Tree
one's-
Hill. Close.
I don't know.
Where did you pull that from? Yeah, so anyway, this is a jest of Robin Hood, who is single in this iteration.
Nice. All right, my number 5 is a crossover with Chris from earlier in the list, obviously, because everything he said was before now. My number 5 is Gold West.
Oh.
Gold West, either edition, honestly, they're very, very close to each other, is like Chris said, a really nice implementation of various mechanical ideas that are incredibly well integrated together. And that's one thing that I really like about this designer. J. Alex Kevern is the designer here, who is incredibly good at boiling down. If you don't like Euro games, like kind of dry mechanisms driven Euro games, I don't think J. Alex Kevern's really your designer, but he is very good at taking a few ideas, boiling them down until they're all up in each other's business and there's kind of nothing else. Very clean. Any one little thing you do in this game informs 3 other things. You know, like when you take resources, you can get them now, but you get no points, or you can get them later, but you get points right now for doing that. As you get those things, you will claim locations. They score off of other stuff that you've been claiming. Every time you take a spot from the board, it goes on a track in front of you, and you're doing some collecting there. This like everything cascades into something else. And while it sounds like there's a lot going on, the game's actually pretty easy to play. And there's not that many things to kind of plates to spin. You know what I mean? It's just the few you are spinning are all very well integrated. I like
this one, Joey.
I need to play this, apparently.
Yeah. The Western theme, too. Like, I can build up the little boomtown office. There's a little touches that add to it. But yeah, everything Z said, that was a really great explanation of why this game is so nice.
That's great.
Boom.
You're good, buddy.
Jest.
Jold West.
That's it.
Number 4 starts a lot of the newer games for me here.
Starts.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just...
Okay.
Oh,
Okay. Let me guess.
Okay, Cult to the Future. Are any of these not released yet?
No, they're all released.
Okay.
This, okay.
Wait,
to
what?
be fair, this one I don't know if it has hit widely the American market yet.
Boom.
It came originally from Pink Troubadour Games. It was released at Essen this last year.
Mm-hmm. Does it have anything to do with the Cosmos?
It does have something to do with Los Cosmos. And
Grand
those,
Austria Cosmos.
and those who study and explore it. This game is called Galileo Galilei. Yeah, Pink Troubadour, and then Capstone is bringing this one out, I think, stateside.
Gotcha.
So, I mean, this game, that cover has the distinction of being the most brown cover that Tom ever looked at and went, ooh, that looks good.
Why would they do that? That board looks great. I see that board, I'm like, I want to play that game. I have seen that cover a million times, never thought I want to play that game.
You don't like that cover?
I do not.
I really...
You do? It looks like a Michelangelo painting. I expect a man to be in the middle waving his arms.
He did more than one painting, you know.
No, that's the only one he did. And he was a turtle.
It was also Da Vinci.
Doesn't matter. They were all the same people. He was a turtle who drew that. So,
Yeah,
I don't know.
Rembrandt's Michelangelo's Last Supper is one of my favorite paintings.
Yeah. I love that cover. Are you kidding me? Yeah, I think it's great.
Okay, I'm alone in this.
Oh, it's so well done. The balance is gorgeous.
You talking about the cover of the game?
Yeah, the cover.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness, you're going back to the cover.
I just want to see the cover.
we're just talking about the cover at this point.
Anyway,
Tell me. All right.
No,
Okay.
it's a really good game. So if you're okay, can you switch back to So your telescope there is this like action selection tool.
I like that.
And so you see like the dark row of actions and the light row of action. The dark ones are pre-printed on your board. They're in that order. The light ones, when you activate it by pointing your telescope at it, you then pull that little piece out, you slide everything up, and it goes back to the beginning. So it's like those games that have gears, or it's like those games that have a fun little mechanical puzzle to the action selection. But you also have this fixed part of the track, the dark track actions, so that you have some reliability with it. I really like that because you can then combo some really nice things together, or it'll make you say, ooh, I really want to do this action, but not that one yet. So if I do this other thing first, then things will slide into place.
because you get both.
Because you'll get both.
Oh, I like that.
It's super good, yeah.
She didn't play this either.
No.
Yeah, no, I recommend it. If you want something that feels kind of like those very procedural, like the Italian designers, like Simone Luciani, like one of those games, but kind of like just a little bit more approachable. That's what this one feels like to me as you're studying the cosmos and getting the different comet tokens and discovering planets and stuff. Great theme, great actual just mechanical implementation too. I like this one a lot.
And great cover.
And great cover.
That's
All three of us
Ganymede right
agree.
there, fool. That's Ganymede.
Is that what? Is that the planet?
The third one over. Forget it.
All right. I care about my solar system. Is this like
That is your...
Hashtag not my solar
not my
system.
solar system? I don't care about stuff I know.
All right, you're off. That's great. That's great.
Anyway. All right. My
Wow.
okay, fine. I'll study a star chart. All right. Mine, you talk about gears. Mine actually does have gears. Ooh. I love me some gears. And
Gears
this-
of War, the
it
board
is
game.
Not.
That would be great.
It's not. It has no gears in that. This is Gutenberg. Gutenberg.
Oh, look at that cover. Oh, it's so brown.
That's a good cover. That's got a dog on it.
I just realized that's a first-person perspective cover.
It is, yeah. Ooh.
He's opening a door.
Did not realize that either. But
Yeah, wow, weird.
And they have a dog in the shop, and they're playing checkers back there. Yeah. So anyway, there's a lot going on to unpack there. So
I really like this cover, to be clear.
yeah, this is great. You have a printing press. You're trying to fulfill orders and become the best printer presser. I don't know, but the great thing is the gears on this. I love how these spin, and I just can't. Every time I'm thinking, okay, this will work, and because when there's 3 gears out there, man, just I can't figure it out. This is my favorite part. I love the gear part of this. I also love the blind bidding, where you get to bid on the actions. You have it behind there, and you try to really, you don't want to bid too much, put too much. I enjoy also the components of this.
The gears are just satisfying, right? I mean,
The gears are great.
They are, yeah.
Yeah, because they actually turn. They're well put together. I first saw this, I thought it's overproduced because
It's
all I
really like
saw-
a drafting game.
It is.
Yeah.
But those pieces like the letters and stuff, those look really good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so this one surprised me how much I did enjoy this when I first played it.
You're just kind of drafting like different categories of stuff from the central board, but
And that's it.
yeah, like just I don't know, it
And-
gives you a little more to
I
it.
just want to do something where I can turn the gears again.
yeah.
You know?
What do I do to spin these?
That's all I want to do. It's
And
just,
this is one of the few games where you also get to like correct your gears. You can take an action where you pull one
up,
out
yeah.
and rearrange it so that you're like, oh, things didn't line up. Whoop.
Yeah.
Things lined up.
Yeah.
or you draft a new gear and you're like, I don't know how to get there where I want to go. You know, I want to get all these to line up, and I don't know. My math is always wrong. But anyway, so that's Gutenberg. I really enjoy this.
All right, my number 4 is a crossover with Joey this time.
Go Splits.
No, you can keep trying, but it's not going to work out.
that?
It's,
Yeah,
no.
Joe.
That's his number
Gutenberg?
one. Come on, man.
The Grand Carnival.
Really? Okay, good.
Yeah.
I should.
The Grand Carnival is fantastic. Everything you said was right. You're building, your attractions there. I really like the 2-tiered building. That's the thing for me. Because you're building the campgrounds. You begin with just these big
Right.
hammer spaces, and you're taking squares, which are like directly above my hand up there, number, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're taking those, and then that's you basically leaving some grass areas and some that are ready for like foundations of buildings.
Yes.
Yeah, that's kind of the first level of your board, and then on top of that, you put polyomino-shaped attractions.
Yeah.
And you'll have little people traverse those things and try to make it to the top of your board there where the big top is. I love that 2-tiered thing.
I do too.
That's really fun. The action selection in this is very straightforward and nice and clean. You put out a worker at strength 4, and you do something of like 4 or 5 choices at strength 4. You do something at strength 3. You'll have every spread, so there's something you can do at strength 5, which is your highest, that's going to be a slam dunk. But you also need to use your 1 strength guy on something.
Right.
You got to pick a thing, which is going to be like you're not going to have a whole lot of choices on. And I love that self-correcting feel of it, Like, ooh, you got to do that. Okay. But you've got your one guy left, and I've still got my 4 or whatever. So now you got to do something that kind of sucks, you know?
Yeah.
Really enjoy it. The Grand Carnival, my number 4. Great little game.
Such a good game.
You know, Jupiter has moons around it.
I don't name moons. Do you guys know the names of moons?
Couple of them.
I know we did. We named our luckily the moon.
Yeah, we didn't really name it, did we, I guess?
Yeah.
No, it was somebody else.
You'd think our planet would be called the planet then.
I would think so. It should be.
You know what I
That's
mean?
what I care about.
Anyway.
Aliens come down. Hey, welcome to the planet. You guys didn't even bother to name it. We're leaving.
I love it. These aliens are from New York.
I don't know.
Let's get out of here.
Just Larry David. All the aliens look like Larry David. My number 3 is one that's been called out in the chat a few times, I think, already. This is one of my favorite Phil Walker Harding games. Might be at this point my favorite one, and that's Gizmos. This is the engine building game that is so approachable. And the engine that you build in this game is just, it almost gets to the point of being unwieldy. Because you only have 4 actions that you'll do in the whole game, and everything that you build either lets you hold on to more of the marble resources or lets you treat them as wilds, or every time you take one of those actions, you get all these benefits, and you can just kind of keep chaining these amazing turns. I just played this again with Wendy last night or the night before, and I got wrecked. She is so good at this game. You know, so I build a red gizmo, which lets me activate these 12 things that I've built up so far this game. And so she over doubled my score. It was an embarrassment, really, yeah. And that's why it's number 3 instead of higher.
Wendy made this fall.
Good.
Now, have you played this one, Joe? Zee, I know you've played this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's right. No, it was on your top 100, I think, before as well.
It was.
Fantastic game.
So good. All right, my number 3 here is not a party game, but the first time I played it with about 300 other people at the same time, which is crazy. And I played at AEG Big Game Night, and they had 300 people all played at once using the same cards that flipped and all this. And this is actually a crossover with you, Chris. This is Guild of Merchant Explorers.
Oh, they ran like a mega game of this, huh?
At the Colt Stadium, they'd show the card on the screen. Everybody had to do the same thing, and
Least watched Sunday night game ever.
I will tell my mom I'll play on this field. She's so proud.
Technically true, yeah. That's awesome.
So anyway, yeah, it's great. I mean, you're building your route, and I love how it does branch, like you mentioned with the other cards on the side. But then also, you're just branching wherever you want to go. It's all about getting your points, your villages out there. This game, and honestly, I like when I see this still being played. Because again, like you said, the cover or the name doesn't really grab you at all. So it had to fight through that because it is a good game under that just very generic name. That's a name that you would stick in a game to explain some part of it. Over here, you can go visit the Guild of Merchant Explorers, and then you can go on and play the real game.
Right.
You know?
Or like the ignition system.
Right. Right. So, but anyway,
That's right. The ignition system.
It's just, he will not let
dumb.
that go. Wow. Yeah, so anyway, Chris covered this really well.
I think maybe you like this one so much because it looks like a print and play you didn't have to print.
It really does. Okay.
Kind of true.
You know what? It's great. It's 4 rounds. It's every turn you have to be efficient. I enjoy it.
I do like it.
Guild of Merchant Explorers.
All right, my number 3, I don't think you guys have played. It's, again, kind of one that isn't super well known, and certainly not the second edition, which is the one I still own now. This is a game called Gem Rush, which came out originally from, I guess it is still, the second edition was also from Victory Point Games. But the first one came in one of those slip cover cardboard like boxes that Victory Point Games used to come in. That you would take the slip cover out of it, the cardboard box would open. It looks like when you get like an extension cord from Amazon. That's what the box looks like. Okay, you know what I'm talking about. It's got those cardboard tabs.
Wow.
And then it came with a napkin in the box. Sir wipes a lot. That's what the napkin says. And you use it to wipe off the soot from the laser cutting I'm not making any of this up. Second, actually, what are we looking at here? That's first edition. The video's first edition. Second edition
Show us
looks
the
a lot
napkin.
nicer.
Show us the napkin.
Yeah, the napkin's gone at this point. R.I.P. napkin. The second edition cleans up the game quite a bit. Has really lovely
Literally
artwork.
cleans it up.
What's that?
Literally cleans it up.
Stuck on the napkin.
Sir Wipes a Lot is a catchy title.
Dude, he was knighted, okay?
Yeah.
He was a great rapper. The songs I couldn't listen to, though. They weren't allowed in my house.
What was this game about? Oh, yeah, that's right. You're putting out, you are dwarves, maybe? Or gnomes or something like that. And you're exploring caverns. You're tile laying. You're grabbing tiles, putting them out, and extending these caverns, and then getting victory points. You can actually play this one in 2 different ways. You can do co-op or competitive. It's one of the very, very few games which I am okay with there being 2 modes. They're both decent. I prefer competitive. But the co-op mode in this is okay. You work together and you're burning cards off the top of the deck, and that's your timer. Every round you burn some off, and you have so many rounds to get to a certain threshold. It works all right. It's pretty good. So yeah, if you ever come across this, check it out. It's a fun tile laying kind of game, exploration kind of game. If you like that feeling of I begin from one little square and build out, and by the end of the game the table's has paths and what have you, then this might be something you'll enjoy. For me, it's a great one. Gem Rush, number 3.
What?
Going a little newer here. This is one of those big, heavy games that I was surprised that I liked so much because it was quite a bit of a burn to learn it. But then once I started playing it, man, the combinations, just the things that you get to pull off in this game are so amazing. This game is called Golem.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, very striking cover, right, Joey? Actually, let's hear your assessment of the cover.
That's a cover.
That's a cover.
Really good.
And so
A little terrifying, honestly.
Really rough.
yeah, a little compared to the board, you're like, oh, it's a Euro City.
It's not going to haunt my soul, yeah.
I'm bored of
The cover kind of does.
But man, I love this game. It's marble drafting. It's functionally dice drafting, but they could only come up with 5 uses for the marbles instead of 6. So they're like, oh, there's marbles. It's you throw them into the synagogue as one does in real life. The marbles just come out of these different
Probably
actions.
illegal.
Probably
Interesting. Okay, I didn't realize there were marbles in this. Okay.
Yeah, and the marble draft is honestly same designers as or some of the same designers as Grand Austria Hotel, and you see a little bit of that carryover, right? Oh, you take a marble. How many marbles are in that action row? You get to do the action at that strength, right? And so it's very similar, the dice draft wise. And then this is just big, complex, modern Euro game, but it has a couple of nice little hooks to it, like those tracks. You build up these golems that are supposed to be protectors of the city, but if you don't watch them, like if you don't, as they progress further on the tracks, they give you really strong actions. You're like, sweet. If you don't have like your little guardian, like the person assigned to them, keep up on those tracks with them, then they start destroying the city instead of protecting it.
Oh, wow.
And you get a lot of blame points. You don't want that. So it's a fun way to put that theme into this game, and those little touches where like, oh, you have multiple things moving up these tracks that you're trying to keep up with each other, but you're willing to let a few buildings get smashed if you get a lot of points out of it, kind of a thing. Wow. Just like in real life.
That is dark.
It's good. Yeah, it's a real good one. I like this one a lot. Golem.
Nice.
Cranio, I didn't know that. All right, my number 2 is really, I like games that are very difficult. And sometimes you want a game that will just grab a 2x4 and it'll just smack you in the face. Like, you're not going to beat it. It's like, this is, people say Pandemic's hard.
You said games or coworkers, because we can make this happen.
Both. Games, people say Pandemic's hard, and I'm like,
Who says Pandemic is hard?
Nah, people that play it correctly. So, but then I just want to say, you need to try Ghost Stories. Ghost Stories, I know they have the new Last Bastion, I think.
For babies.
It's a agree. You know, more balance. I don't want balance. I want difficulty. This thing, man,
Yes.
it just feels so good because you will feel like I've got this under control. I've got my statues down. There's no way I can lose this. And all of a sudden, whew, he just runs over you. This, and then even the look of this looks great. There's still those minis of those, I don't know, the ghosts coming across there, the way they're leaning forward. This just feels great. I love this game. Yeah, so again, it's very difficult. I mean, my winning percentage is extremely low on
Single
this.
digits.
It really is, probably. And when I win, I even feel like I got lucky.
Yeah.
You know, and I think the White Moon expansion, people said, is a must play. I've not played it. But anyway, this is a fantastic game. So this is Ghost Stories my number 2. I love it. I love a really difficult game, and this is probably the pinnacle of that.
All right.
So
I am one of those babies. I got to try Last Bastion recently, and I really liked it a lot more
Really?
than this. Yeah,
it's more balanced, I think.
Did you win?
I don't remember if we won, but it was certainly a lot more of like a close, like, woo, you know, I mean, but it was when I played Ghost Stories, which admittedly only a few times, like it wasn't even close. It was like a foregone conclusion, so.
I mean, I do own
know.
both, but I think I lean towards it. Mainly, it is the theme and the artwork and all that I think really pushes over the edge.
The
for me,
theme
too.
is a lot cooler,
Yeah.
to be fair.
Yeah. All right, my number 2 is I don't know if you guys have played this, and it's been out a few times under different names. The best known edition of this is actually called Boomtown, but there's a printing of it called Gold River.
No. I have not.
So Gold River here, same game, you know, functionally kind of the same game as Boomtown, which is a co-design between Bruno Feduti and Bruno Catala, in which you are bidding on mines in the Old West. And then once everybody has bid, you go around, you know, buying whatever, and then everybody will get something. Then you are going to roll dice and see which mines produce, a la Catan.
Yeah.
Okay, the original printing was exactly like that. In fact, you would roll 2 D6s. This edition has little sticks, so they're D4s. So they kind of changed the math a little bit. But that's what you would do. You would basically buy these things and then see if they hit and if they make gold for you. And then you put out new cards and you bid on that. Sounds like a cute little game, sure. You're forgetting I said Feduti already. That means in this game is going to be a whole lot of cards that just smack you across the mouth.
I like that.
Oh,
Joey
you
likes
thought that
that.
was
I'm
your
in.
you thought that was your mine? That belongs to me now. Or worse than that, I'm exploding that and caving it in. You know? Or
Really?
I mean, there's just all sorts of nasty French things that are going to happen to you in this card game. So I really like that. It's not kooky as insane and uncontrollable as I'm making it out to be, but there is some picking on each other, and you need to go in there prepared for that. For me, I love it. I love that feeling of try to make as much money as possible, and that's the objective too. At the end of the game, whoever has the most money is the winner. You know, but there's some neat stuff happening. Like if you have 3 mines that belong to the same town, because they're color-coded to towns, then you become the mayor of that town. You get this little token, and you're like the mayor. And if anybody else earns a mine, buys one in that city, they have to pay you to open it up in that town. If they eventually have more mines than you, though, they're now the mayor. So there's all these goofy things going on, you know, some area control, some, like I said, nasty things.
How long is it?
45 minutes. I don't know. You
All
know.
right, that's fine. Yeah.
Sounds like the length, maybe, yeah, that would still,
That would still
Yeah.
that wouldn't bother
You're
me.
not too angry because you're like, all right.
Yeah. No, I think if you are, it's a little bit like Dice Town, a little bit, you know,
Okay.
where you can be picked on, like, haha, I'm stealing a thing. Give me that land deed. Give me the whatever. This has some of that nastiness in it. So I really enjoy that. I tend to like French designs and how they balance fun strategic stuff with funny, mean-spirited, but like, you know, not really kind of cards. And this one has both of those things in a really good soup. So, yeah, I like it a lot. Number 2, Gold River.
I like a lot of heavy Euro games, right? But it's funny because I was looking through, I was trying to scrub through as much of the Board Game Geek, just kind of the rankings, make sure I'm not missing anything obvious. The highest rated heavy Euro games that start with the letter G, I just don't like. Like the first 3 pages, like, nope. Not a single Great Western Trail on my list. And there's 4 games that start with
No
those
Gloomhaven.
words.
No, right.
Gloomhaven didn't make my list. Yeah, it's just one of those that's gradually kind of slipped down. I'm not coming back to it often enough, right? This is one of the biggest heavy. This is probably the heaviest game
Is this
on
a
the
new
list.
one?
This is brand new.
All right, there we
You
go.
know what it is.
Yeah,
Say it.
yeah. It's
Say
the way,
it.
it's the way you get to other solar systems to visit those planets you're talking about.
It was a moon, I said. I said a moon.
Doesn't matter what it is. It's a
Galactic
planet.
Cruise,
Boom.
baby. This has really taken a hold on me. I've liked it a lot. A lot of Kickstarter games that come with those expansions already, I'm usually pretty reticent to try this, especially for like a big, already very full-feeling game. We reviewed those expansions recently, and I think they both have some good stuff, and one of them really elevates it for me. So this is like a Lacerda weight kind of a game, but it's everything about it is just slimmed down just enough that it's still crunchy. A lot of tough decisions, right? How do I want to use my workers? Am I willing to bounce out? It's worker placement. Am I willing to bounce out one of your workers to take that spot that I need? But also you can build these gears that connect different actions to each other. So I can go to a spot, use one of my actions there, use another one connected to it. It just has a lot of these.
Okay.
Yeah, these like just juicy little things like that are simple to explain, but have a lot of depth in what comes from that, right?
Yeah.
And also the fact you get to build cruise ships and you get to launch them and send people along the way. There's something very fun about that.
Yeah. Does that theme come through in this game?
It does well enough, yeah. Yeah, because it really is about building up a cool cruise ship and then sending passengers out. You're trying to run that thing as much as you can to get people out there. And when you're like, one of the expansions has a really cool module where all the blueprint tiles, instead of being like, this room has a purple effect or a blue effect or an orange effect, every tile has its own thing. So when you build the zero gravity laser tag arena, it will generate its own little special income every time you run a cruise ship. And I like
That's
that
interesting.
feeling so
That's cool.
much. Yeah.
That's cool.
So it focuses more on the building of the ship rather than the cruise, like where you're going and all that, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, where you're going is usually like 2 or 3, maybe 4 stops. And
Okay.
you get little bonuses for this, but like it's really about getting those people into the cruise ships, launching them, and it's very exciting. It puts a lot of the fun forward rather than like putting systems in the way, like a lot of heavy Euro games do. Like, you want to do this cool thing, nice, work for it. This one's like, yeah, work for it a little bit, but then enjoy the fun that you've built.
Yeah, cool. I like that.
It's funny how I think of cruises too. Is like, what does the ship have? I don't care about the ports. What does it have on the ship?
There you go.
Yeah.
So. All right, my number 1 is a crossover with Christopher Yee, and this is a Phil Walker Harding game, and it is great. It is Gizmos. Gizmos is again one that, man, I can bring this out anytime. Gamers, non-gamers. It's great. The tactile, the marbles come out. You kind of build that engine, and like you said at the beginning, you're like, I'll never have to get rid of marbles. I will have enough forever. Then later, you're like getting fistfuls of them, right? And you're like, I have to get rid of them. I have to buy stuff, and then it's over. And it's a little bit frustrating, the fact that I just got it working the way I want to, and then it ends.
I would much rather have a game that ends
Exactly.
slightly early
That's-
versus slightly late,
Yep.
though.
Yeah.
That's exactly that, and that's why I like this as much as I do. I wish there was an expansion or something. I have no idea why they
This never
don't.
did get expansions
No,
at all,
which
did it?
blows
Yeah.
my mind,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
You know,
Do you guys have a cardboard dispenser or the plastic one they came out with?
I have the cardboard one from the first edition, yeah. I think that they eventually, like in the second printing of it, they made
They
the,
did, yeah.
the plastic ones.
I think so.
Yeah, and I understand that one's much better. This is one of the few things I might get like a 3D printed upgrade.
Oh,
'cause
that'd be
it's-
cool.
They have some cool ones out
Joey, what do you have?
I have a 3D printed one, and I will print you guys one if you want one. See, I'm a very nice person. Just have to ask. And
You're
I'll
so
make
nice.
fun of my baby
That was
games
so sad the way you were like, and I will print you one. See, I'm a good person.
because you made fun of my baby games.
there. That's so nice of you, Joey. I will let you, for the remainder of this top 10 list, sit in the seat that you usually like sitting in.
We should switch.
We could switch right now.
No, it's fine. Whatever.
Okay.
I'm stuck here now. I'm comfortable.
Joey's taking over.
I'm the host now. Look at me.
Look at me. Look at
Look
me.
at me. Look at me. Can I guess your number one?
Yeah, of course.
Galactic Cruise. It is.
It's
not.
Swing and a miss.
Crossover with Joey,
I'm
I
hoping
assume.
I know. I hope I know what it is.
It's a crossover with you. It is.
Is it Ghost Stories?
Which one now?
Ghost Stories?
Ghost Fighting Treasure Hunters? It is Ghost Stories, yes.
I'm glad
Ghost
because
Stories, baby!
I'm glad
a
this is
game
there
for
for you.
adults. Okay? Look, you
you.
want to play Last Bastion and Ghost Blitz? Fine. You play that game with little baby games. I like to play Ghost. I'm just kidding. I
you
love
do like Last Bastion. You taught me Last
Somebody's
Bastion.
going to think I mean it. I'm joking. I love Last Bastion. I prefer Last Bastion because it is more playable and kind of approachable.
Yeah.
But Ghost Stories is amazing. I cannot deny
good.
how long I enjoyed this game, how much joy I got from playing it a lot. The amount of fun, neat, cooperative stuff that it introduced to the world. I mean, this is one of those kind of early co-op games
Yeah.
that took over for a while.
Big time.
This did super well because it was either like for a while there it was kids style cooperative games or pandemic style cooperative games.
Right.
Ghost Stories was one of the few that was like, oh, hold on, this is different. This whole 3x3 grid, you can move around in the center and appeal for aid from these different characters. You're being assaulted from all four sides. It has a little bit of a tower defense feel. It's, yes, punishing, but there's a lot of cool abilities that
So
you can
good,
throw
yeah.
back at the baddies. It's got some dice rolling, which feels a little bit like pushing your luck. Because you can mitigate those dice if you prepare. But sometimes the luck will just bite you. You're like, I need one green face to show up. You rolling 3, sometimes 4 dice. Nope. Sometimes it just doesn't work out,
I love when you're like, we can't lose that tile.
Yeah.
It's like, keep that tile over. Yeah.
Yeah, I really like this game. It's a fantastic game. And if you've never played and you're a fan of co-op games who got into co-op games after this came and went, well, come to Dice Tower East and play it,
Yep.
Assuming we have it.
It's right next to
We have it, yeah.
We have it.
It'll
and
be
we
too
have
late
it
for
in
them to find out if we don't have it.
We have
when
it in
they're-
one of the expansion boxes. I think it's like the Black Hole Sun expansion.
Black Hole Sun, White Moon, Black
Hole Sun. I don't know.
Death, Black.
Well, I've seen the White Moon one. I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. Anyway, yes, we have it. You should try it out. And play the games that came before you got into co-op games. I think you'll like it.
The good ones, we call them.
Oh, they're still good, Joey. Come on.
They're fine. Whatever.
Anyway, that's my number one. And that is the list, guys.
Yeah.
Good picks all around.
Yeah.
Good picks all around. Mostly, mostly good.
Games.
No, you did fine. You did fine. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in and checking these out with us. We appreciate it. Again, we want to say thank you to our sponsors. Our sponsors are Grip Mat and Board Game Bliss. Thank you very much. Go ahead and check them out. And we want to say thank you to our patrons over at Patreon. Make sure you check that out as well. Come to Dice Tower East. Check out our Patreon.
Yes.
Anything else I'm forgetting?
Check. Joey's list was the best.
Joey's
Check.
list was pretty good.
Thank you.
He needs to bone up on some astrology, but other than that,
Yeah, I know.
we're good.
I need to look up more.
Look up.
Just up.
Up.
I don't think you're going to see it with the naked eye, to be fair. I don't think it'll help
My
that
eyes
much.
are pretty good.
All right.
You can get a good glimpse of that sun right now. Go for it, Joey.
My name is Zee Garcia.
I'm Chris Yee.
I'm Joey Evans.
See ya in space.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another video on the Dice Tower. Hey, do you want to know what's going on with Dice Tower? Do you want to know about our events, our cruises, special things that we're going to do live in the Dice Tower? Subscribe to Dice Tower Digest. Go to DicetowerDigest.com. It's a newsletter that we send out bi-weekly. We won't use your email for anything else. This is just to get you some information about the Dice Tower so you'll be up to date. Thanks for watching.